Hi all, Silas here and welcome to today's review where I will look at the Henshin device and weapon of Kamen Rider Night Rogue and Bloodstock, the Transteam gun, and the side weapon, the Transteam blade, alongside the bottles that came with them. Both of the toys were released in the year 2017 in the Kamen Rider Build toy line. Transteam gun came with the Bat Lost Bottle, and the Transteam blade came with the Cobra Lost Bottle. As mentioned earlier, Transteam gun is the main henshin device and weapon of Kamen Riders Night Rogue and Bloodstock, but instead of using full bottles, they use the lost bottles. First, let's look at the Transteam gun. If you look at the details of the Transteam gun, you can see many similar details to the build driver. Mostly black colors, lots of lines and tubes. And yet again we have a visit from the evil Google Chrome logos. I really wonder what they are supposed to be. Maybe some type of a small fan? But it also has some sculpted in details that are unique to it. Like this knob on the top that looks almost the same as the horn on the top of Night Rogue's helmet. This changer has only one main moving piece. It's the trigger, which is used for the transforming. But to do that, we first need to put in the batteries. The Transteam gun runs on 3 AAA batteries, just like the build driver, but I kinda don't get it. Like, it has less lights and less sounds. Where does all of this juice go? But sadly you need to use a screwdriver to open it up. One battery will go here, into this top part, and 2 batteries will go into the handle. I actually remember in some CS toys showing the presenter didn't knew that it runs on 3 batteries, so he inserted only those 2, and he wondered if his set is broken. But yeah, story time is over. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one went in nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that we have the batteries, let's move on to the fun part. To turn the Transteam gun on, you need to move this gray tab into the on position.
Transteam gun.
Turning the gun on makes Transteam gun announce its name and light up this light. In this mode, the gun only makes simple shooting sounds. To unlock its full potential, we need to henshin. And to do that, let's use the bottle that came with the toy, Bat. The lost bottles are bottles used by the Faust generals in the show. They have the same shape as normal full bottles. All lost bottle caps are metallic silver. The sticker shows only one letter. The main body is purple with silver paint, while the parts that are normally gunmetal are molded in this lovely chocolate bronze. Also, I need to compare them to my boy Magazine Bumblebee since it's in his contract. Okay, so let's henshin. To transform, you need to push in the bottle into this part that resembles an ammo stock. After that, the changer reads the bottle and starts playing the sickest standby loop ever. Like, Jesus Christ, this is some steampunk techno god beats, where the lights turn on and off to the beat. This way the user would transform into Kamen Rider Night Rogue, a bat-themed pseudo-rider and one of the first antagonists of the show. For the sake of spoilers, I may keep his identity a secret, but I just want to mention that in the show many characters take up this title. Pulling the trigger now announces a finisher called Steam Break, which is simply a blast of steam energy.
Steam break.
The Transteam gun can also interact with the normal full bottles, but it doesn't read them. No matter what bottle you put in, it will simply announce. Pulling the trigger now with a normal full bottle makes the gun announce a steam attack, which in the show was a type of attack that changed depending on what bottle was inserted. For example, the rocket bottle steam attack shot out a powerful blast in the shape of a rocket. Okay, so we talked about the main weapon. Let's look at the sidearm. The Transteam blade. Transteam blade? Yeah, sure. More like Transteam butter knife. Okay, I won't be that harsh on it. It's not that short. But it simply feels small, since I think it's not supposed to be like some giant sword. It's more like a short knife or a machete. It kind of feels more natural to hold it this way. The blade is much more colorful than the gun. Just like the gun, it has those three colorful tubes that run on the back, but the actual blade piece is mostly kept in gold and red. To turn this toy on, you also need a screwdriver and a pair of AA batteries. 1, 2, 3. So after putting them in, let's just screw in the cover. After putting in the batteries, you need to move this red tab into the on position. When the steam blade will announce its name. The blade has only one main sound, which is activated by pressing this trigger. Nothing special. In the show, the blade can also access 3 different modes. Electric steam, that uses the powers of electricity, ice steam, that freezes opponents, and devil steam, that lets Rogue and Bloodstock emit nebula gas with their attacks. You can access the sound by simply turning this crank, but for the full show accurate experience, you can also move those pieces on the blade. This is also a really nice standby sound. Okay, so now maybe I will get back to the Transteam gun to show off the Cobra bottle that came with the blade. The transformation is the same as the Bat bottle. Using this bottle transforms the user of the Transteam gun into Kamen Rider Bloodstock, which his personality is also a really big spoiler, so I won't reveal it. I just want to say that I didn't expect it. Okay, so I reviewed the gun and blade individually, but that's not the end. You can split the Transteam blade and combine it with Transteam gun to form the Transteam rifle. Yeah, look at this giant thing. It's almost as big as my light box. Yeah, this MK14 looking ass is the upgraded weapon of the Faust Riders. Pressing the trigger on the gun now gives you a different shot sound, but the blade sound doesn't change. Inserting the bottle now gives you a steam shot finisher. The Faust bottles of Bat and Cobra have unique sounds. But still, all of the full bottles still give the same sound. You know what, since we are talking about the bottles now, maybe I will test out the Cobra and Bat bottle in the normal build driver. Oh yeah, I also want to mention it has a sound for detaching. If I didn't mention now, somebody in the comments would do it for me. Okay, so my final opinions are the Transteam gun. I really like it. It's not that small. It has a really nice design. It does a lot of details in the paint and mold. The light here looks really nice, and the standby loop simply slaps so good that I wanted to play it at my funeral, of course right after the Mirai Driver loop. Kinda sad to only reach those two bottles. It makes it a bit limited. Where the blade, it's okay. It's not that small. It has its own sounds, but I feel like they created just so could they split the bottles into two releases. At least the combined rifle mode is nice. But still, I wouldn't recommend it as your first or only changer for the Kamen Rider build toy line, since when you get them both, you're kinda done. If I could only choose between Steam Gun and Build Driver, I would recommend the Build Driver. So, thank you for watching, and sorry that this video is a bit late. Next week, or maybe like this week, we'll be looking at Transformers Rescue Bots Blur. Bye! Ah shit, the toy now smells like chocolate and nuts. You better like and subscribe for this gag, since I'm not putting more Japanese toys into food.